Ana Kasparian is no stranger to controversy, but what she just did has sent shockwaves across both political and media circles. For years, she has been a recognizable face on the Young Turks, the progressive commentary show that built its reputation by calling out hypocrisy, corruption, and media spin. But recently, something different has been happening. Kasparian has been breaking from the script, refusing to simply echo the party line, and now she's aiming her fire at one of the most visible daytime talk shows in America, The View. And yes, that means Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of the panel are right in the crosshairs. If you've ever watched The View, you know what you're going to get. A group of hosts who mix celebrity gossip with political commentary, often leaning heavily into liberal talking points. The show sells itself as a platform for debate, but most of the time it feels like a predictable chorus where dissent isn't really welcome. Kasparian has watched this dynamic play out for years, but what finally pushed her over the edge is how the hosts have been framing complex political issues with shallow, feel-good soundbites, all while scolding anyone who dares to question the narrative. For Ana, this isn't just sloppy TV, it's damaging to the very people these hosts claim to care about.
Crime in Long Island, where body parts were found all over Long Island. They had 4 suspects, they let them go, and now they're out there still. So what is the deal here? It sounds insane to me.
Though the crime that was brought was not what was bail eligible.
So you can't hold them?
Not on the charges he brought. But those are low-level charges. They really weren't. We can work to make those bail eligible in the next session.
Dismembering a and hiding a after dismembering it. Not bail eligible. Not a serious crime. Listen, if being on the left means supporting this, then I'm not on.
She pointed to Whoopi Goldberg's recent defense of Democratic leaders on issues like bail reform, inflation, and energy policy. According to Kasparian, Whoopi has a habit of brushing off legitimate criticisms with a wave of her hand, as if pointing out failures automatically means you've betrayed the team. That, she argues, is exactly the problem with modern political commentary. Instead of being honest about where policies are failing, voices like Goldberg spin them into talking points designed to protect politicians, not hold them accountable. And for Ana Kasparian, who has spent her career saying she'll never apologize for telling uncomfortable truths, this kind of behavior is beyond frustrating. What makes her critique sting even more is the fact that Ana is not coming from the right. She hasn't suddenly turned into a Fox News pundit or an establishment conservative. She still identifies with progressive principles. But what she's highlighting is that progressivism without honesty is nothing more than branding. And she's calling out The View for becoming the perfect example of this fake progressivism, where celebrity hosts wear the label of being for the people, while at the same time defending the very institutions and leaders who make life harder for ordinary Americans. Take the example she raised about New York's bail reform fiasco. Kasparian made headlines by blasting how dangerous loopholes in the law have allowed violent offenders to walk free. When The View touched on the subject, the panel downplayed it, almost ridiculing critics as fearmongers or reactionaries.
What are we doing? What are we doing, Cenk? What are we doing? What are we doing? Someone tell me, what the F are we doing?
Yeah, look, no one signed up for this.
Come at me right now and tell me I'm the bad guy, because I want these people who dismembered corpses and tried to conceal the evidence in prison. Come at me and tell me I'm the bad guy. Come at me.
Look, guys.
Insane. You guys are insane. Anyone who thinks this is okay is insane. And everyone else in New York has to suffer the consequences of this, with random bag checks at the subway by National Guard troops.
Ana's reaction was blunt. How can you claim to be for justice and equality if you ignore the victims who are paying the price for reckless policies? To her, it was a textbook case of elites in comfortable studios talking down to people who live with the consequences of political experiments gone wrong. And then there's Joy Behar. Ana didn't hold back when she accused Behar of acting like a gatekeeper of acceptable opinion. If you agree with her, you're enlightened. If you don't, you're ignorant or bigoted. That black and white thinking is something Kasparian has been pushing back against herself, especially after she was viciously attacked online for refusing to be called a birthing person. As she put it, when the very movement you've dedicated your life to suddenly turns on you for asserting something as basic as I am a woman, it forces you to ask, what exactly are we doing here? Watching Joy Behar and others dismiss those same concerns on national TV only deepened Kasparian's frustration. Her comments about Whoopi Goldberg carried an even sharper edge. She accused Goldberg of playing the role of an enforcer, someone who shields the Democratic Party from criticism by treating every failure as either exaggerated or irrelevant. To Ana, that is a betrayal of the audience. Viewers aren't tuning in to be pacified, they're tuning in to understand what's really happening. And if your job as a host is to tell people not to believe their own eyes, then you're not a journalist, you're a PR agent. Kasparian's message was clear: Whoopi might think she's defending progress, but in reality, she's protecting power. What makes this entire moment so fascinating is that Ana Kasparian isn't asking people to become conservatives, and she's not calling for loyalty to any other political tribe.
Same place. I have the same audience. The audience doesn't like some of what I have to say or some of the new conclusions I've come to. And so I wanted to kind of set the record straight about what I have personally experienced. I don't know what my political labels are at this point, right? Because I feel like I don't really fit anywhere. And that's just full honesty. It's, again, very uncomfortable for me. And I want to say that out of any point in my adult life, this is probably the point where I'm the most malleable and open to new information because of what I've experienced.
She's challenging her own side to stop treating politics like a fan club. She's saying that if you care about progress, you can't just clap along to the feel-good messaging of celebrities on TV. You have to be willing to admit when your policies are failing, when your leaders are lying, and when your media is selling you a polished illusion instead of the truth. In the end, what Ana Kasparian exposed wasn't just Whoopi Goldberg or The View. She exposed the broader problem of media personalities who confuse protecting politicians with standing up for the people. She's reminding everyone that progress requires accountability, not blind loyalty. And whether you agree with her or not, you can't deny the courage it takes to call out your own side on national issues, knowing full well you'll be branded as a traitor by the very people you once stood beside. That's why her words hit so hard, and why the fallout from this clash is only just beginning.